Hey everybody, it is intuitive energy healer Cathy Weiss here. Welcome to this week's episode of Monday Messages. I'm coming to you live from my reading room here on the central coast of California, and I'm feeling really compelled to let you know that if you were someone who had a one-on-one private session with me in person, this is the room that we would hang out in and have our sessions in. Or if you're someone that we would work together on Skype or another online service, I would still be in this room working with you. And this room just has like the sweetest energy. It's full of books and love and all that awesome stuff. So, yeah, I just felt like we needed to know that today. For those of you who are new to me as an intuitive energy reader and healer, I work with your energy in the present moment. So every once in a while, I'll get questions like, are you psychic? Can you predict the future? I get it. We all have this sense of uncertainty around certain areas of our lives. And man, the answers might be really reassuring and affirming to us. But the answer is no, I'm not psychic. I can't predict your future because you have free will. What I do is I am connected to source energy, and as a highly sensitive person, I feel your energy right now, present moment, and I'm going to pass along healing messages and guidance that you can follow now to take your next step forward. So working with me is super present moment and really affirming, and it gives you like some control, right? It's really about putting you in the driver's seat and helping you move forward. So before we pull a name out of my Mad as a Hatter teacup, I wanted to tell you about some of the crystals and energy that I brought into today's reading. Sometimes I grab them and sometimes I don't. And I don't know, it looks to me like on the camera the colors aren't showing quite as strongly as what I'm seeing them here in person. So I'll hold each one up to the camera and see if we can see them a little bit better and tell you about it. So I've got some garnet here. And garnet is like way super dark red and it's dense for its size. So that I brought in for some grounding energy today. Everything else is in the shade of dark green. So I got super dark green there. And this is a different type of crystal that is also really super dark green. It's showing up a little bit of the white iridescence in it, but its main color is dark green. And then I have a jasper here that is white and dark green, sort of like speckles. And when I feel drawn to the different crystals and energy, today was really about the color. And the dark green to me is feeling like a strong resonance of change. So whoever that we're going to pull out today, they'll probably have something in their reading that has to do with change in their energy or in their life. But also know that the readings always support everyone who entered their name and everyone who's watching. So even if your name doesn't come out of my hat today, keep watching the video because you will be supported and find some piece of information in the messages that will help you in some way. Okay, so I'm here and let's get to it today. I'm going to close my eyes as I always do and ask that the right person come out for the right reasons and in a way that supports not only them, but all of us who are watching today's video. It's in here. It's in, oh, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. Yeah, it feels like I just have one. Oh, I have two. Hang on. Okay. Which one is it? Why does it always come down to two, you guys? It's this one. Lauren. Hey, Lauren. Congratulations on coming out of the teacup hat today. So your reading today was really interesting, Lauren, because immediately when I like wrote your name down on the paper and I kind of tuned into your energy, I heard, "What's up, sister? Like, hey, good to see you here today." And I heard "Fly high, my eagle." So continuing to soar and grow in your personal life and in your spiritual development. Um, and this was interesting because it says the message would be different if we spoke privately, meaning you and I. So the message would be completely different if we spoke privately, but there's no pressure or rush. So like whenever you're ready, you and I could have a private conversation. Um, taking pause. Let me listen, you guys. Sometimes I need to like listen to what's coming in behind that. And so I'm hearing I'm going to set your name off to the side, and when we pull a card today, it will support you, but there's something in your energy that's like, for me, and like sometimes I say like I'm keeping things this between me and God, or me and the divine, and me or the universe, and I don't share every single aspect and every story and every revelation that I have publicly, because some of them are meant to be held close and tender. And so what I'm hearing is that the other message that would come through to you today, Lauren, is just something for you to hold close and tender, and for you and I to share and have an understanding with each other. And it's not really meant to support or be put out there publicly. So I'm going to set you off to the side and pull the other name that I knew it was Ellen because it was sitting right there. The other name that got stuck, and that's why I was like, oh, there's two of them today. So this one is Carrie. Hey, Carrie. And remember, if you're watching live and your name comes out and you want to comment or ask questions along the way, please do that. If you're someone who's watching live and this isn't your name and you want to ask questions and make comments along the way, please do that. Or even if you're watching later. Okay, I digressed. Here we go. So Carrie, this is a lovely message for you. It says, the blue has washed away some. Oh, hey, Carrie's watching. Yay. So listen to this, sister. The blue has washed away some. Okay, so about here. You're ready for more and to add on. Remember, you have free will. We all have free will. It says, remember, you have free will. And we say to you, you must follow all guidance for faster progress. So I felt like this message about you have free will, and what we're saying is follow all the guidance, was sort of like this double-edged sword. And I think this is the part that is meant to support everyone. So thank you, Carrie, for putting your name in. We all have free will in our lives. And there will be times when messages come through us, either through someone like me, a light worker, or just like you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like 6 or 7 people have said that exact same thing to me. That's a message coming through for you as well. And it's up to you whether you follow it or not. And generally our guides and our angels, unless our lives are at stake and they need to come in and save our lives, they're like, pick one. We don't care. It's up to you. We will continue to guide and support you no matter which decision you make. But when our soul is like really yearning for some growth and it's ready to move on to a new area of expansion, sometimes our guides are really like cheering us on to follow the guidance that's coming through, so that that growth and expansion happens faster and moves you towards the next place that your soul is yearning to go, or the next place that your soul is leading you forward in your life. So I felt like that was a little bit of a tricky message, because it's like you can follow the guidance that comes up or that has come up for you in the past, or you cannot. But if you're yearning for faster progress, it is suggested that you follow the guidance that has come up and that will continue to come up for you. So hopefully that's making a little bit of sense. And so I just want to reiterate for you, Carrie, that you are ready to add on in these different areas where guidance has come up for you in the past. And I'm hearing you say things very vaguely to you. So hopefully this is making sense. And if it's not, you need a little clarification, real similar to Lauren's bit of information that came up. We can get real specific with you privately. You can shoot me a message, or we could set up a private session if you need specific details. And so I wanted to let everyone who's watching the videos know that when we do these live videos and they're supporting everyone, sometimes the guidance is super vague. But I absolutely assure you, when we work one-on-one privately, you will get very specific details and very specific action steps that say like, okay, here's 3 things that your guides and your soul are asking you to do. You need to do blah and blah and blah. And then it's up to you to do it or not. But because those are so specific and individual to each person and each soul, often in our live videos, which are supporting the collective, that real specific stuff generally isn't going to come up. But I want to reassure you, if we work privately, it would. Okay. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. I'm using or you can see it here. I'm using the Oracle of the Mermaids. I don't know, this deck just today has been calling to me and asking to be used and touched and played around with. And since we did pull both Lauren and Carrie, this card will support their messages, and then keep listening because there is probably something in here that you will benefit from hearing as well. When I work with someone live, and Carrie, if you're still with me live and you want to jump in, I invite people to choose from the top or the middle or the bottom of the deck. Sometimes people will pick them all from the top or the bottom, whatever. It's all good. So after I shuffled the deck, I can see a couple of cards like poking out. And so I feel really drawn to this one down here at the bottom. So I'll go ahead and pull that one from the bottom unless Carrie jumps in and says otherwise. And let's see who we got today. Divination, which is prophecy, fate, destiny, and future fortune. Lauren, your name just screamed so loud at me. And she's interesting because we had her a couple of weeks ago. I remember her face. I don't really remember her message, but I so strongly remember her face coming out. And you can see in her eyes that she is looking towards the future. So prophecy, fate, destiny, and future fortune. When I take a pause and I listen for both Carrie and Lauren, what I'm hearing is your actions now are creating your future self. Oh, and I heard really strongly, this is a repeat message that came up a week or two ago in another Monday Messages video. So guys, when I'm channeling and stuff like that, it's kind of flowing through me and not everything sticks. But I have a real feeling of familiarity around this part of the message. Your actions now create your future self. And so both of you are in this time of, there it is. There's a transition and change. You're both in a time of transition and change where each action that you take now is creating your future self. And so you're asked to, number one, take pause and really think about your future self. And what does she look like, sound like, do, feel like, hang around with? Where does she live? All of that kind of stuff. You could even do an activity where you write down the answers to those questions and start to find out what your future self is or who she is, so that you can really focus on and make deliberate decisions about the actions that you're taking now that pull you forward to your future self. I'm just listening again. And something about the word prophecy. On the card, she says prophecy. And I'm hearing future fortune. And by fortune, I don't necessarily mean financial fortune, although that is a part of it. I'm kind of getting a little bit of airspace around there. So I'll jump into the guidebook. And the way I use the guidebooks, guys, is I usually just pull out a sentence or two that's leaping out as what piece will support the reading and the message and the people that we're serving today. So let me dive over and see what she says. You have power to connect with the divine, and this power can be activated as you teach yourself the wisdom of the sea. There must be discipline and purpose to your movement. Instruction is coming, and they will deliver it through dreams and visions. So that might be where we're talking about prophecy. And with the word vision, what I'm hearing is exactly what I was talking about, where you envision your future self. You, maybe if you're more like inclined to draw images or create a vision board where you put images that you find out in the world that represent your future self, that's going to help with the creation. And I'm just peeking back about the discipline and the purpose to your movement. And this is really important for all of us, you guys, when we're envisioning our future. Some of us are going to very happily and luckily stumble upon it like, ta-da, there it is. I didn't do anything. Yay. but the vast majority of us, what it takes is a daily discipline of showing up and doing the work and learning lessons and practicing our skills. And I heard this had ties a little bit into a bonus message that will come eventually about the universe has a pet peeve. Um, that's like, so it's like sidetrack. But like really discipline. So the prophecy is that you create your future self. And it's your actions and your discipline and your willingness to do the things you need to do now to make her or him. Thank you to the guys. We love you. Guys make up about 30% of our Lightworker community here. So don't ever think I'm leaving you guys out, guys. But that discipline and action to create your future self is now, and it's today, and it's today, and it's today, and it's today, and it's today. Makes sense? Okay, awesome. Because what I heard is this message is complete, and I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Tomorrow over here on Facebook on Lightworker Cathy Weiss, I'm going to have a poll about 2 choices you have for a bonus channeled message this week, because we have a tie between what the heck is up with overwhelm and what your inner critic really wants you to know. Those 2 topics are completely tied with which one people want to hear the most. So come back tomorrow morning and vote. And on Wednesday at 12:30 Pacific time, I will throw down a bonus channeled message and another card draw to pass along the healing messages that need to come around those topics. If you would love a private reading, shoot me a message or visit me at my website, which is Cathy-Weiss.com. And also hang out with me over there on Instagram, Lightworker_Cathy, where I throw some other messages and stuff that I've got going on in the world. So lots of goodness, so much love flowing forward and out to all of you. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I will see you again for another live intuitive reading next Monday. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.